Hello, you guys. Hello. I'm on my way to dance practice. But I have a question. And my question is going to go into concerns. It's going to go into various different opinions, which is fine. We need to talk about it. We need to put it out there so that everybody can understand it. Make it real plain. Alright, so the question is, why don't people, or why doesn't a person come to church? Simple as that. Why don't people come to church? There are many, many reasons as to why a person wouldn't. And it's not always, but it is the top ranking one. Why people don't go is because of church hurt. Second ranking one is people don't go because they're not into God. They're not into having a personal or religious relationship with the Lord. Those are the top two. But did you ever stop to think about the other reasons why a person would not come? Now, this is where people become hypocritical, where they begin to say some things that might hit a nerve in others, may be offensive, may be insensitive. But did you stop to think about it? Maybe sometimes people don't go because it's financial. Maybe they don't have the means, the gas money. Maybe they don't even have a car. Yes, I know you may say that's not an excuse. That's not a reason. You're just making excuses. Catch a ride with someone. But then you also know catching rides with no gas to put in don't always work either. And that can also lead to problems. And then, people talk about people. Believe it or not, we want to think that they don't, but they do. So did you ever even think about the money? That maybe all the gas that they had in their car was for them to get to that job that you want to say that they are making an idol and they're worshiping and caring about more than God. But the Bible also says a man don't work, they don't eat either. But did you ever stop to think that maybe their gas was on 3 miles with no paycheck in sight? Not until 2 weeks. No one to really go to and get the money from without putting them out to, or being in a compromising position just to get some change. Did you ever stop to think that maybe it was also something mental? That it was depression. Depression from the simple fact of how you're looking at how your life is, how you're looking at your finances, how you're looking at different things that are arising in your life. And there's nothing you can do about it. You fast, you pray, you fast, you work, Did you ever stop to think that that person was taking on responsibilities that wasn't jointly just theirs? Before you automatically assume that it was excuses, that you assume that they're being disobedient. So before you put your mouth on people and their situation, and you make assumptions, and you just assume that it's disobedience, or you just don't want to come, you think about the other factors that may play a key role besides church hurt, besides not having a car, besides not being saved and just don't want to go to church, besides I just don't want nothing to do with your God. You don't know struggles that people have besides what they open their mouth up and talk to you about. We talk about all the time about taking off your mask and keeping it real and not picking it up. But what about the mask that you got to put on in front of others when you're crumbling on the inside? When you're falling apart? When the mental becomes physical and you're hurting in your body? I know it says forsake not the assemblies of your, one another. You get together, you can pull on each other. But yeah, we pulling on each other in the spirit. But I'm still going to leave home. That person is still going to leave home. That woman, that man, that boy, that child, you are still going to leave spiritually fed, but financially broken, still empty. Now, I'm not saying that God can't pull a ram out of a bush. I'm not saying that God didn't put a coin in the mouth of a fish. I'm not saying any of that. Because we know God can do the supernatural. He can do the impossible. But I'm saying to you, think of the other reasons why before you just jump on the bandwagon of saying it's because you don't want to come to church. Nobody's asking for a handout. Nobody's being panhandlers. You know the difference with someone that just always broke, always need money, always got their hands out, and then someone that's just really and truly going through a rough season, moment, time, place. Take your mouth off of people, especially when you don't know their situation, especially when you don't know what is wrong. We are becoming way too judgmental, and we're lacking compassion. We're lacking these things. We're losing the very thing that God loves. And it's a heart. And a heart after Him. So once again, I'm not making excuses. Once again, I'm not saying that God can't provide, because He is Jehovah Jireh. And He has provided many times for me when I didn't see a way. When I didn't know where it was coming from, how I was going to get. He made a way. He even sent things early for me to take care of situations. But let's talk about those times when it doesn't happen. And it doesn't happen right then. And you're threatening. So many things are threatening you. The loss of your car, the loss of your house. It ain't always about clothes, shoes, rings, earrings. no lights, no water, no car insurance. Come on, you guys. List some things. Some essentials. Whatever it is. Fill in the blank with it. And you're trying to figure it out. But songwriter said, you trying to figure it out, but God already worked it out. Yeah, he did. But it didn't happen just yet. The creditors are calling. What do you do? So that job isn't an idol in most people condition or situation. It's a means to pay the bills. It's a means to continue to come to that sanctuary, to come to that place. It's a means to keep food on your table. And that's another thing. What if there's no food in your refrigerator, your cabinets, your deep freezer? You don't have food stamps. Stop pretending that you know what is going on behind closed doors in someone else's house, life. Stop. That it may spark controversy, some things that I've said, but it still needs to be said. It needed to be heard. Stop assuming, and especially when you don't know the full story and you only hear what a person is saying to you, because embarrassment is real. Everybody you can't vent to, everyone you can't go to, and sometimes some of these people are in the same situation that you are, but they don't tell it, they don't expose it. Stop always assuming that it's church hurt for everybody's life. Even if that person might have been hurt with church and church people. But maybe they got over that and they moved past it. And every situation is not always that. And every situation is because you just don't want to come to church. Think of the other factors.